The majority of us want to think of ourselves as being open-minded. We pretend to be receptive to our coworkers' ideas and suggestions in the workplace, and we even go along with some of them, but instead of our own. We need to give you a warning. This is a video for very open-minded people, and even if you are, it's going to be extremely threatening to you, to most of you. Still with us? Good. Let us continue. We might feel comfortable being receptive to what others have to say as long as their views don't conflict with our paradigms, assumptions, and preconceptions about how we see the world, our mental framework, or worldview. By the time you've completely watched this video, you would have learned about what radical open-mindedness is, how it works, and why you need it. Radical open-mindedness is a philosophy that pushes you to accept that you don't know as much as you think you do, and that you can always learn more and alter your view. The act of not knowing. To truly become radically open-minded, you must embrace the fact that you do not know, and you are more likely to overestimate your abilities. Here's some more explanation. You are blind. Understanding that you are blind and that you must find a means to see is a part of radical open-mindedness. It is through the pain of making mistakes that you discover you are blind. Examine any poor decisions you made as a result of your failure to see what others saw. Ask people to assist you in identifying your blind spots. Recognize the significance of this attitude. You will never reach your full potential if you willingly blind yourself and continue to do something incorrect. Even if you believe your baseline likelihood of being correct is already great, increasing your probability of being correct is always beneficial, and being receptive to other points of view increases your chances of being correct. Get good ideas from other people. Accept the chance that others will see things more clearly than you do, and that they will point out threats and possibilities that you are missing. People who make the finest judgments rarely believe that they have all of the answers. What are the chances that you will have the best solution with your one brain that can't be improved by the other 7 billion people on the planet? You're looking for the best solution that exists, not just the best solution that you can think of. It's extremely unlikely that you'll always have the right solution. But don't believe everything you hear. Assess a person's credibility on the subject when weighing their perspectives. Believability-weighted decision-making is the concept. You're probably biased if several credible people suggest you're doing something wrong, but you don't believe it. Don't worry about producing the right answers. Wanting to be the one who comes up with the perfect answers is a typical problem, especially among high achievers. Our environment encourages this. Parents and schools want you to get good grades and be the one who comes up with new ideas. However, if pushed too far, this approach might make you close-minded to other people's thoughts and perspectives. You shouldn't care if the right solution comes from you or from someone else if you value being right and having the finest ideas above all else. Concentrate on discovering the truth and the best solutions. When we are dealing with excellent ideas that significantly push our mental framework in a path we may not be comfortable with, we face a major problem. Some of those brilliant ideas may jeopardize our worldview, necessitating a mindset willing to recognize that what we believe may not be real. To keep up with the world's pace of invention and ever-increasing level of complexity, we must not only look around, observe, and be interested to find the most potent ideas, but we must also examine the lenses through which we view the world, since they may not be appropriate for the current reality. These lenses are analogous to our mental framework. Enter dogma. Dogma is a passionately held conviction that becomes the truth. It's an ideology so tenaciously held that no new data or ideas can persuade it to shift. It is particularly resistant to opposing viewpoints from the outside world. Before we continue, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. So what makes dogma so harmful that it prevents new and contradictory knowledge from entering the picture? In a world that is changing at a breakneck pace, clinging to old beliefs that may no longer serve you, can be dangerous. The antidotes for dogma. Breaking free from dogma. Number 1. Allow your beliefs to be questioned. Anything that doesn't grow well will eventually die. Anything that refuses to accept anything from the outer world will eventually perish. You are refusing to take in knowledge from the outside if you refuse to let what you presently believe to be questioned. Are your convictions so strong that you become irritated when you hear thoughts that contradict them? Does that ever happen to you? The first step in preventing your opinions from becoming dogma is to stop judging all ideas through the lens of your existing beliefs. Instead, you remain receptive to new ideas, particularly those that contradict your preconceptions. You listen to individuals without passing judgment on whether they are right or wrong, telling the truth or lying. It's not easy, but there is power to be found in taking in new ideas, especially ideas that conflict with your existing beliefs. Number 2. Purposely seek conflicting ideas. Purposely seeking out contrasting ideas is an even more powerful strategy to avoid your opinions becoming dogma. Ideas that are diametrically opposed to your beliefs can help you achieve better accomplishments. Rather than dismissing ideas that contradict your convictions out of hand, investigate why others value them. Try to uncover the truth in thoughts that contradict your own beliefs. Try to figure out when those ideas might be useful. Number 3. Become agnostic. The more tools you have in your toolkit, the more equipped you will be to deal with a variety of situations. Being agnostic is being willing to use whatever works best for the situation. You need ideas in a fast-changing environment. Being agnostic does not imply that you hold no beliefs. It suggests you don't have a fanatical zeal for anything you stick to, even if something else would be superior. When it's beneficial, you use what works, and when it's not, you toss out what doesn't. You can remain open to new ideas if you are an agnostic. You evaluate them based on how useful they are in a certain situation. We must be willing to change if we truly want to appreciate the power of collective complete imagination and creativity, as well as the myriad ideas that linger around, yet are frequently neglected by the lenses. And it necessitates becoming radically open-minded, which also necessitates allowing others to bring hidden facts, irrelevant data, their own analysis, and opinions to the table in order to comprehend and decide what makes sense beyond our own mental frameworks. We are not simply receptive to others' views or inquiries when we are radically open-minded. Even more drastically, we become open and willing to challenge our own conceptual framework as well as allow others to do so. It's almost as if we're continuously urging individuals to prove us incorrect. This could result in one of two outcomes. One, that we are indeed wrong about something and need to evolve our mental framework. Two, that we understand its flaws and find ways to learn and strengthen our ideas. Many people who label themselves open-minded have a totally different attitude than this. Such an approach implies that we are only open when new information either confirms what we already know or merely adds to our existing mental framework. Even though this is a significant step in becoming open to other people's expertise and information, it is still considered novice open-mindedness. Mastering radical open-mindedness. The true test of our patience, tolerance, and character occurs when we are comfortable enough to question what we believe, while also letting others know that we are entirely open to their questions through our actions, behaviors, and words. This is full and radical open-mindedness, and mastering it takes a lot of practice. Number 1. Challenging the status quo. To be radically open-minded, we must not conform to what already exists in how we see the world. Being both focused and attentive to the task at hand, as well as observant and curious about the world, is essential. Many ideas are waiting to be discovered and implemented, and we will be able to unearth them by pushing and questioning the status quo. Number 2. Diagnosing problems collectively. We're sure you've been to a lot of brainstorming sessions with a lot of specialists on the subject. To identify problems and develop answers, it's vital to enlist the help of those who aren't necessarily specialists. but whose questions can help steer the discussion in a more intriguing path. We are being radically open-minded to ideas that might challenge our expertise by welcoming the no experts, and therefore creating the setting for more imagination and innovation. Number 3. Shaking our assumptions. As we mentioned before, it is critical that we challenge our own mental framework, paradigms, assumptions, and preconceptions, as well as allow others to do so. Most people try to prove that they are correct. When people become obsessed with an idea or belief, the information they receive becomes either friendly, supporting our beliefs, or hostile, against our ideas, or opposite to our ideas. Rather, we must emulate scientists who spend more time attempting to disprove their theories in order to uncover all the possible errors. Number 4. Promoting diversity. Promoting diversity is asking people to the table who, we know, do not share our perspective of the world. People frequently stifle the flow of creativity and imagination by surrounding themselves with only individuals who share their worldview. This is a tremendous blunder. It is significantly more beneficial and relevant to be more deliberate in engaging as many various viewpoints and people as possible, so that collective and diverse intelligence can find greater ideas. This increases our tolerance and radical open-mindedness. Bottom line. Right now, we're all living in a world that's changing at a breakneck pace. People and businesses compete for attention, market share, and the greatest talent in this hyper-competitive environment. It's nearly impossible to fully comprehend and describe what's happening, let alone believe that the world as it is today will remain static throughout time. The only thing that remains constant is change. These times demand complete adaptability and agility, and it all hinges on people like you being radically open-minded. Hey, you've made it to the end of this video, so what do you think? Will you be implementing these tips to break free from dogmas in your journey of advanced personal development? Do you have what it takes to become radically open-minded? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on post notifications. Now, if you will excuse me, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.